Hello students, we were talking about rational numbers in the previous video. This is the second video on the same topic. Before moving further, let's revise the things we have already learned. What have we learned in the last video? We learned about different types of numbers. What were those numbers? The very first one was natural numbers. And do you remember what's a natural number? Numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Such numbers are called natural numbers. They keep on increasing. You can go on counting up to wherever you can. These are the very basic numbers which we have learned early in our childhood, even before coming to school. Natural numbers, counting numbers. When you ask a child how many fingers do you have, he counts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. All these numbers are natural numbers. Have you seen? 0 did not appear in the natural numbers. The number 0, which is very important, did not appear in this natural number. So the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 onwards are called natural numbers. If you want to include 0, that is not in the natural number, 0 is there in the whole numbers. So whole numbers are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Up to wherever you can go. Then what is integer? Yes, you all know about integers. Everybody knows about integers. Integer may be positive or negative, like plus 2 and minus 2, plus 100, minus 100, plus 99. All these numbers are integers. Of course, 0 is also an integer. So integers are either positive or negative or 0. Right? Very simple. Then comes rational numbers, which is the very name of our chapter. Rational numbers are the numbers which are written in the form P by Q. Do you remember that? We discussed about this definition in the previous video. P by Q, like 5 by 2, 7 by 9. Okay, this is a fraction. The fractions are also called rational numbers. Simple enough. Do you remember the conditions that were there for a rational number? P and Q both have to be integers. Do you remember that? And Q is not equal to 0. Q cannot be 0. Because if Q becomes 0, what will happen? You'll get a number like 5 divided by 0. Is this a valid number? No, this number is not valid. That's why Q cannot be 0. Both P and Q have to be integers, but Q cannot be 0. There is only one exception to this rule. That is a rational number. So can you come up with more examples of rational numbers? Okay, in the last class we had discussed this example. Let's see that once again. Let's say we take the number 3.5. Is this a rational number? Of course, it can be written as 35 divided by 10, and hence it is a rational number. Yes, it is. We have talked this this example in the previous class. If we talk about number 7.2 divided by 1.9, is this rational number? Here P and Q both are not integers. Can you see 7.2 is not an integer, 1.9 is not an integer, but this number can be written as 72 divided by 19, and now yes, both of them are integers. So yes, this is a rational number. So all such kind of numbers are called rational numbers. Now we'll see some operations on the numbers. Of course, we are very comfortable with addition, subtraction of natural numbers, whole numbers and integers. In this chapter, we will just revise the addition, subtraction, multiplication and division of rational numbers. Yes, you have learned it in your previous classes. You have done it so many times. Still, let's just revise it once before moving further. Okay. So the first example is add minus 6 divided by 7 plus minus 2 divided by 21. Already added? Okay. Those who have not added already, I'll just solve it for you. What can we write it as? Minus 6 divided by 7, and this plus and minus together will give you a minus 2 divided by 21. Is it okay? Now what do? We take the LCM. 7 and 21. What is the LCM? 21. So what do? 6 into 3 minus 18 minus 2, that gives us minus 20 upon 21. Is that okay? Simple enough. To add two rational numbers, we take the LCM of their denominators. 7 and 21, LCM comes out to be 21 itself. Then what do? We have multiplied the denominator of 6 by 7. 7 into 3 gives you 21, so we have to multiply 6 also by 3. Minus 6 into 3 gives minus 18, and minus 2 by 21 is anyways there. So we get the answer minus 20 upon 21. Let's see the second question now. Subtract 7 upon 8 minus 5 upon 8. Very simple question. Both the denominator are the same 8, so we need not take the LCM also. We already have 8. What do in the numerator? Just 7 minus 5 will give you 2 upon 8. That's the answer? Yes, that's the answer, but we can do one more thing over here. We'll just cancel out 2 and we get 1 upon 4. So the final answer is 1 upon 4. Is that okay? Let's move on to the third question. Simplify 7 upon 25 multiplied by minus 15 upon 18 plus minus 3 upon 5 multiplied by 4 upon 9. What do you do in this question? There is multiplication involved, 2 multiplication are there and 1 addition is there. So what do? We multiply first. The preference order is, first of all we have to do division, then we have to do multiplication, then we have to do addition, and finally we have to do subtraction. Is it okay? So we have to do this multiplication first. So what do we have now? 7 upon 25 multiplied by minus 15 upon 18 plus minus 3 upon 5 multiplied by 4 upon 9. Is it okay? We cancel this 5, it will go, we get 5 over here and we get 3 over here. Again we can cancel 3 and 6, you get 6 over here. So what is this number now? 7 into minus 1 divided by 5 into 6 plus, what do? We cancel it 3 by 3. So we get minus 1 into 4 divided by 5 into 3. Is it okay? Now you have to take the LCM. 5 into 6 here and we have 5 into 3 here. So we have to multiply this by 2. Is it okay? Now we get 7 minus 7 minus 4 into 2 minus 8 divided by 30. That's equal to minus 15 divided by 30. Again you have to cancel, we get minus 1 upon 2. It's okay. Was it complicated? Try it on your own. Actually this is not a question of standard 8, just revision from the previous class. Okay. Let's see the last example now. This example involves division also. What's the question? As per this rule, you can see the rule here. So first of all, you have to do division, then multiplication. So we have to do this division first, and then this multiplication will follow. So let's start off with division. 8 divided by 15 divide by 4 by 5. That means you have to multiply it divide 5 by 4. 5 divided by 4, and then you have to multiply this 2 divided by 3. Sit over. Now cancel it out. You get 3 over here. Cancel this. You get 2 over here. Cancel this again. You get 4 over here. So what's the answer? 4 divided by 3 into 3. 9. 4 upon 9. It's okay. Not so difficult. Okay. Let's move further. Now we'll talk about some questions that are there in the textbook. There are 6 questions on the screen. In fact, these are the simplest questions which you can get. Is it not? Addition is there, subtraction is there, multiplication is there, division is there, and then one simplification is there, and one more question is there. Apart from question number 6, 1 to 5 are very simple questions. I don't think I need to help you in this, but you have to solve these questions in your notebook. Yes, you have to solve it in your notebook. And finally, the question number 6, you have to solve that also. If you have any problem in that, you can ask me. Okay, don't hesitate, you can ask me anytime. I will help you. But before I tell you the answer, I want you to try it. I want you to understand if you are having any problem in these questions or not. These are very simple questions. You have to do it. Now we'll talk about some properties of rational numbers. Properties of rational numbers. What do you mean by property? Property means like what? Okay, we'll talk in detail about the properties. Just see the names. There are 3 properties of rational numbers. Closure property, commutative property, and associative property. All the names are looks difficult. Don't worry, I'll make it simple. There are 3 properties: closure property, commutative property, and associative property. Okay, just try to remember the names a little, and then we'll talk about it in detail. The first one is closure property. Closure property, what does it mean? In simple numbers, if you add two rational numbers, if you add two numbers, let's say 2 and 5, if you add them up, what do you get? 7. So you add this 2 is a natural number, 5 is also a natural number, and 7 is also a natural number. So what do we see over here? You add two natural numbers, natural number plus natural number is equal to what? Another natural number. Simple. Is it? Let's say I have some water in one glass and I have some more water in another glass, and if I mix the water together, what do we get? A glass full of water. If you add water and water, you'll get water only. It will not turn out to be colored. Everybody plays holy. But if you add water from one tank to another tank, you will get only water. You will not get colored water. That is closure property. Water है तो वो water ही रहेगा. It will not change. If it's a natural number and you add a natural number to it, you'll get a natural number. If you add a whole number and a whole number, let's say 0 plus 3, both of them are whole numbers, and you add them up, you get a whole number, isn't it? So this example is all these 3 numbers are natural numbers also and whole numbers also. So if you add 2 whole numbers, you get a whole number. If you add 2 natural numbers, you get a natural number. जिस टाइप के नंबर को ऐड करेंगे उसी टाइप का नंबर आएगा, है ना? होगा ना? Let's say if I take two whole numbers and both the whole numbers are 0 plus 0, both of them are whole numbers, and we are adding two whole numbers, what will be the result? 0. That's also a whole number. So जिस तरह के नंबर को ऐड करेंगे उसी तरह का रिजल्ट भी आएगा. Again, all these three numbers are integers also. ये सारे integers हैं, ये भी सारे इंटीजर्स हैं, ये भी सारे इंटीजर्स हैं, है ना. So if you add two integers, you get an integer. Simple. Let's take another example. Let's talk about integers once again. Let's say I take the first number as 5. This is an integer. And I take another number as -5. That is also an integer. And if I add them up, दोनों को मैंने plus किया है. We are not talking about subtraction. We are adding up two integers now. So what is the result? We get 5 minus 5. That is equal to 0. यहाँ भी ये भी इंटीजर था, this was also an integer, and the result is also an integer. If you add two integers, you get an integer. So what is this called? This is called closure property. ऐसा हमेशा नहीं होता है. It does not happen always. But for addition it is happening. सभी चीज के लिए ऐसा नहीं होता. Let's say I divide. Let's say I divide 2 divide by 5. है ना, दो नेचुरल नंबर है जिनको मैंने डिवाइड किया, 2 डिवाइड बाई 5. रिजल्ट क्या आएगा? 2 by 5. और यू कैन राइट इट एज 0.4. है ना, ये दोनों ही नेचुरल नंबर नहीं है. इफ यू डिवाइड टू नेचुरल नंबर्स, the result is not necessarily a natural number, but if you add two natural numbers, the result is a natural number. If you add two integers, the result is an integer. तो हम लोग का चैप्टर तो रैशनल नंबर था ना. लेट्स टॉक अबाउट रैशनल नंबर्स नाउ. अगर मैं दो रैशनल नंबर को ऐड करता हूं तो व्हाट विल बी द रिजल्ट? लेट्स से आई ऐड 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. What is the result? 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1. Is this one a rational number? Of course it is. It can be written as 1 by 1. है ना? Let's say I add 2 by 5 plus 1 by 5. What is the result? 2 plus 1 divided by 5 is equal to 3 by 5. Is this a rational number? Of course it is. Let's say we add 2 by 5 plus minus 1 by 5. Is minus 1 by 5 a rational number? Yes, it is. So if we do addition of these two numbers, what do we get? 2 minus 1 divided by 5 is equal to 1 by 5. That's also a rational number. Let's take one example more. Let's say we add 3 by 5 and we are adding negative of 3 by 5 too. What is the result? 0. Is 0 a rational number? Yes or no? What do you think? 0 rational number होगा या नहीं होगा? We can write it as 0 divided by 1, and this number is in the form p divided by q. P is an integer, p is 0, p is an integer, q is 1, q is an integer. So this is a rational number. 0 is a rational number. So what we have seen, if we add two rational numbers, the result is always a rational number. Isn't it? If you add two rational numbers, the result will be a rational number. It cannot be anything else. Is that clear? So this property is called closure property. And as I have already told you, it does not happen always. हमेशा नहीं होता है. Addition में ऐसा हो रहा है. It is happening like that for addition. And I gave you an example. Division में ऐसा नहीं होता है. If you talk about subtraction. If we talk about subtraction. Let's say we subtract two rational numbers, 3 divided by 5 minus 1 by 5, it is equal to 2 by 5, है ना? Or if we subtract 3 by 5 minus 6 by 5, what is the result? Minus 3 by 5. Now, this is also a rational number, है ना? That's also a rational number. So if you subtract two rational number, you get another rational number. So what we have seen, addition is true, closure is true for addition, subtraction, closure is true for subtraction also. Can you think of an example where closure is not true for subtraction? ऐसा हो सकता है कि दो रैशनल नंबर को सब्ट्रैक्ट किया और आंसर रैशनल नंबर नहीं आया? ऐसा हो सकता है? Let's take two numbers. Let's say take 5 minus 10 is equal to minus 5. रैशनल नंबर तो हैं तीनों, है ना? 5 is a rational number, 10 is a rational number, and minus 5 is also a rational number. But if you say 5 is a natural number and 10 is a natural number, minus 5 is not a natural number. ये natural number नहीं है ना? That means natural numbers are not closed under subtraction. But हमारा चैप्टर रैशनल नंबर है. रैशनल नंबर इज क्लोज्ड अंडर सब्ट्रैक्शन. डिफरेंस समझ में आ रहा है? इफ यू सब्ट्रैक्ट टू रैशनल नेचुरल नंबर्स, दो नेचुरल नंबर्स को हम लोग सब्ट्रैक्ट करें, द रिजल्ट इज नॉट नेसेसरली ए नेचुरल नंबर. But if you consider this to be a rational number, 10 and 5 both are rational numbers, then minus 5 is also a rational number. ये भी rational है. So rational numbers are closed under subtraction. Clear? Multiplication में क्या लगता है क्या होगा? Multiplication में क्या होगा? If we multiply two numbers, 5 into 10, result is 50. Rational number है? Let's take a rational number, 5 by 2 into 2 by 7. If we multiply these two, क्या होगा? 2 cancel हो जाएगा. Result is 5 divided by 7. है ना? Is this a rational number? Yes, this is a rational number. So we can also say rational numbers are closed under multiplication. है ना? Rational numbers are closed under multiplication. दो rational numbers को अगर multiply करेंगे तो हमारा जो रिजल्ट आएगा वो रैशनल नंबर ही आएगा और कुछ नहीं आ सकता है. ठीक है? सिमिलरली फॉर डिवीजन, अगर दो रैशनल नंबर को डिवाइड करेंगे तो क्या आएगा? रैशनल नंबर ही आएगा ना. लेट्स से आई डिवाइड 2 by 5, the answer is 2 by 5, that is a rational number. Let's say I take this 2 by 5 as a rational number and I divide it by 3 by 5, then what is the answer? 2 by 5 multiplied by 5 by 3 is equal to 2 by 3. That is another rational number. है ना? So rational numbers are closed under division also. Correct? But if we talk about natural numbers or whole number, let's say we take two natural numbers 2 and 3 and we divide these two. The result is 2 divided by 3. इसी तरह रैशनल नंबर, नेचुरल नंबर है नहीं है, होल नंबर है नहीं है, इंटीजर्स है नहीं है. सो द क्लोजर प्रॉपर्टी फॉर डिवीजन, क्लोजर प्रॉपर्टी ध्यान से देखना, क्लोजर प्रॉपर्टी फॉर डिवीजन लिख दू क्या? क्लोजर प्रॉपर्टी फॉर डिवीजन is not true. ध्यान देना अभी, not true for natural number whole number and integers, but but it is true for rational numbers. समझ में आई ये प्रॉपर्टी है ये हाउ रैशनल नंबर्स आर डिफरेंट फ्रॉम अदर टाइप्स ऑफ नंबर्स. Rational numbers are different from natural numbers, they are different from whole numbers, they are different from integers. Rational numbers are closed under division. Okay, okay, see you in the next class then. Thank you.